Hey, what's good, everybody? So there might be a lot of noise going on behind, but I wanted to make this video before before I didn't. So, uh, if you guys are new, there might not be a lot of videos on this channel at this time because I always post them, take them down, whatever. But so you guys could call me, O is what most people call me. So that's fine. So this video is gonna be about my experience with tarot cards, right? Um, so you know, before, just a disclaimer, like if anyone's posting anything negative or whatever, I'll probably just block you or something. So just so you know, right? Fair warning. So this is my experience, right? Like it's not something I read or this or that. It's my own personal experience. So, I'm whatever. Like I don't know if I'm someone that's whether in tune, very connected, right, to a lot of things. So, I have, if you want to call them gifts or whatever, right? And so before I even knew really, I think I still pronounced it tarot cards or something, like when I would read it. And in 2020, actually, like right after it had started, the whole, pandemic stuff, I had a dream of a tarot reader, and they even had a message. And so I knew to look up that very specific tarot. Like I went on Google literally and I typed in the tarot reader because I saw symbols and da-da-da-da. So I knew. And then sure enough, I found them, and the message they were talking about was perfectly with what I had dreamed. And it also had extra, right, for me. And I think at the time, because everything that was going on, I kind of had gotten a little out of tune directly, right? Because I'm someone that doesn't really, because it's always came to me directly, right? So I've never had to ask somebody or go to a psychic or this and that, because I have those gifts myself. But to me, it usually comes like in dreams and all that stuff, right? Not always, sometimes, whatever in the physical, but that's what it is. So I dreamed that. I looked, and sure enough. So then I went down the rabbit hole, right? I got kind of sucked in, and I started watching it. And every once in a while, there will be messages that I needed to hear. So as far as that, like, is it legit? Yeah, it's legit. But I saw the flip side of it as well, right? I saw how it could get addicting, especially when it comes to people looking for love answers, right? I think that's probably the worst thing, and that's what there's the most of, right? Because it sucks people in. People want to know, but there's always so many variables when dealing with love, right? Because one thing is, like, you can't control, like, what someone feels. Even if they tell you something else, it's just one of those things. But I saw how that because yeah, it just becomes addicting. I was even watching stuff like, because they would say things that would resonate, and I'd be like, oh, like I was dealing with someone of that and that and that. So I was like, and it kind of seems so. Then you get so used to doing it. It's like that's kind of your routine, right? And so then I stopped looking at those specifically for sure. I was like, I ain't gonna watch nothing to do with this whole love thing, right? But because naturally I'm a Gemini, right? So you know how they say in the thing, the Gemini's the lovers, right? So obviously maybe that's why it kind of, you get pulled in that or we're just very inquisitive minds, right? We want to know stuff. That's probably why what has helped me also develop like my gifts, because the nature of a Gemini is knowledge. Like I'm just like so much information, right? Half of my life I spent reading books and learning, just more knowledge, right? Until when it's time to just be at peace, right? But anyways, back to the tarot. So, then there were some that, no, they were really insightful and helpful, and they didn't really talk about the love thing, maybe a little bit. But so those, then I started I gotta look up what it means when your nose is itching, because my nose is itching right now. So hopefully it's nothing negative, right? But as I'm talking about this, my nose just started itching all crazy. So anyways, yeah, so there was that. But then for me, I noticed. So what I was saying was that then I noticed that I started becoming out of tune, you know, because it would come to me directly. I think at the time it started, it was because it was necessary, right? For some reason, I wasn't in tune. Maybe there was too much going on, you know, maybe the stress of everything around, the anxiety from everything happening in the world, kind of had gotten me out of tune. And so then that helped me for a little bit, but then it was like, then you could see the addiction in it. And then, what do you call it? Then, you know, once I stopped, then everything started coming to me again, like directly. So for someone like me, it wasn't really good for someone like me, right? So that's the only advice I could give. Like, if you're someone that's already in tune, like, connect directly. Because that's what, unless for some reason, you know, I'll put it to you like this. I even thought like, okay, maybe I noticed a lot of the best readers were like Geminis, right? Because they really wanted, you know, it wasn't so much about, oh, here's the extended or something like that. It was like, the Geminis will go all in. They'll be boom, like telling you like this huge, trying to get into everything, right? Like to teach you. And so so I was like, well, maybe, you know, maybe I am meant to do this. So I even want to get some cards and see, my nose is still itchy. I even want to go get some cards. And when I grabbed this, like the person there, I was like, you know, they say you're supposed to connect like something. And then they're like, yeah. And then I looked at a box, and then we reached kind of for the same one, the person at the shop. And when I grabbed it, like my head lit up like a Christmas tree, right? So I was like, whoa. I was like, just having it, like I could tell they wanted to communicate like ASAP. But then I got nervous, so I returned it. I was like, because I looked up that specific deck had to do with like, it was something else that you know, it was like a different kind of card. I won't get into all that, but it just felt like, even though it was like a instant connection, like my head lit up, like, I mean, it was crazy. I was like, whoa. Then I went back, I returned them for another deck, and then I didn't connect with it. I could tell. I wasn't connecting with it, and I felt safer, so I got that one. But then I got kind of a negative thing about that one. So then when I was getting rid of it, my head did the whole Christmas tree thing again, like it wanted to come through. But I was just like, I had already decided, like, that's it. It's not gonna be for me, because, like I said, I already like directly it comes, you know, whether through animals or you know, all the other stuff. Like, I mean, I get so much, probably because I'm so aware. Like, I get like sometimes the messages never really stop. So usually when my dogs start barking, that means that's it for the video. So anyways, I think that's it. I think I touched on everything. So I've chosen not to. Like, if you do, that's cool. Like, I ain't disrespecting either way, right? But what I notice is that if you're someone that you know is walking that, like, I noticed that for me it kind of disconnected me, because then you're dependent on something else, right? And I decided, yeah, I didn't want to do it as like kind of a way to make a living kind of thing. I'd rather do this, like, so, you know, I'll try to post videos every week, but let me know if this is helping you in some way. You know, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you could get notified every time I upload videos. Because if not, then yeah, I'll just let it go again. You know, if I see that people aren't really getting nothing out of it, then, you know, because it takes time to do the videos and everything. So hope I answered things. If not, I'll make a part 2. Just let me know. You know, I have to figure out why my nose started itching. And so that's it. Hope you guys are well, and peace.